Hello? Are you the new girl who just moved into the house next to the single moms last month?
I think you're talking about me. Yes, my name is Bianca. Who are you?
Ugh, so disrespectful. How could you not know me after living here for almost a month already? Ugh. That's why I never wanted the younger generations to live in my neighborhood. They're so brash and shameless.
Sorry, but isn't it too soon for you to make an assumption about me based on your one-sided opinions about the young generation? I mean, I'm new here, trying to integrate myself into this new town and get along with my neighbors. How could I be expected to already know everyone in town by name?
Okay, one more thing I hate about you people. You're always making excuses.
I'm not making an excuse or anything. Before I say anything that might upset you, can you tell me who you are?
Open your eyes widely and read carefully, because I'll tell you only once. My family, the Thompsons, have been living here since this town didn't have a name yet. My ancestors played an important role in building this town. Now, I'm the only person from the Thompsons still living in town. Do you understand what that means? It means that I'm the wisest and most respected person here.
Wow. Thank you for sharing your family history, Mrs. Thompson. You're clearly very important to this town. I'm grateful for your family's contributions.
You should be, young lady.
But to be honest, I think you should show more respect to your neighbors if you're expecting it from them in return. You're asking for our respect and acting like you own this whole town, just because your ancestors did some great things.
Excuse me? How could you talk to me that way? You're a young girl who just moved here, so of course you don't know how powerful I am. But I'm telling you this, I'm able to kick you out of this town if I want.
I don't think so. You're not my landlord, Mrs. Thompson. Also, if the landlord wants to terminate my lease, he'll have to pay damages or wait for months to take it back. Mrs. Thompson, would you help him pay for my damages?
Well, I'm not sure what you're talking about, but I'm sure about one thing. Your landlord respects me more than you, young lady. I've been observing you since you moved into the house across the street from mine. You literally stay at home all day, right? I've never seen you go to work during the day, unlike my successful daughter, who's working for a big company in New York. You're out of a job, aren't you?
Excuse me? What do you mean by observing me?
I can see your house through the window in my kitchen, so I've been looking at your house every day to see what you're doing.
You peeked over my house? Like, every single day? Why would you do that, Mrs. Thompson?
Well, I always make sure that new residents are safe in the neighborhood. I wouldn't want someone moving in who's capable of theft or breaking and entering. You know, nobody wants to have a thief as their neighbor, especially when that person is unemployed. It makes you a prime suspect.
That is very rude of you. I'm not a thief and I never steal from anyone. You think I would sneak into your house to pinch your stuff? That's crazy. You're accusing me of absolute nonsense. Also, I'm not out of work.
Then what do you do for a living? I hardly see you going out.
I don't need to justify myself to you when our only conversation hasn't even been face to face. I would tell you if we got closer, but from the way you're talking, I don't think that's going to happen.
How arrogant are you? Everybody in this town wants to have a chance to talk to me. You're such a smug, awful girl. Even though I was just looking at you across the street, I could tell you had an ugly face. And don't compare to the single mom living next to you. Just so you know, I'm going to keep an eye on you so that you'll never be able to steal anything from my people, you thief.
I don't care who you are, but if you're treating me this way, you'll never receive any of my respect or welcome. Stop stalking me in my house, Mrs. Thompson, or I'll have to get a restraining order.
What? How dare you threaten me? I'll go talk to your landlord and ask him to kick you out as soon as possible.
Ugh, do whatever you want. And I have a name. It's Bianca. I can't keep it up with this conversation anymore.
I'm the only person who can stop this conversation because I started it. I'm telling you that I won't waste my beautiful afternoon on a willy witch like you.
Hey, Bianca? It's Jenny. I've been meaning to have a proper chat with you. Do you have a moment?
Oh, hi, Jenny. Absolutely. What's going on?
Great. So, I'm throwing this fantastic party with my friends over the weekend, and I was really hoping you could join us. How does Saturday night sound to you?
That sounds like a blast. I'm in, but I might have to wrap up some work at home first.
No worries at all. We're still figuring out the exact time, but I'll definitely keep you posted.
Perfect. Feel free to shoot me a text. Being a freelancer, my schedule is pretty flexible.
Honestly, I wasn't sure if you'd be up for it. I mean, we've been neighbors for over a month, and it feels like we haven't had a chance to properly connect. I was starting to think maybe you're more of an introvert.
Oh, sorry if I gave off that vibe. It's just work deadlines swallowing me whole this month. But I'll make sure to swing by your party, and we can catch up.
That's awesome. I was a bit concerned you might think I'm an unfriendly neighbor. Anyway, can't wait to finally have a good chat on Saturday.
Me too. It's been forever since I last attended a party. I might even indulge in a few drinks.
That's the spirit. It's going to be so much fun. Oh, and heads up, some of our other neighbors will be there too. You probably haven't met them yet, but they're really nice. They helped me a lot when I first moved in, especially with my baby.
Sounds great. Is Mrs. Thompson going to be there?
Mrs. Thompson from across the street? Have you met her yet?
Not in person, but she texted me recently, and it wasn't the most pleasant conversation.
Oh no, I can imagine that. Mrs. Thompson thinks everyone's a potential thief. She once accused me of stealing her Easter decorations. Total paranoia.
Seriously?
Yeah. She's definitely someone to avoid. Last year, she accused me of stealing her decorations when, in reality, hers were broken.
What a nightmare.
Exactly. If she starts bothering you, just ignore her. Trust me. Talking to her is a complete waste of time. I've been there.
I'll keep that in mind, but if she crosses a line, I might have to do something about it.
I get it, but be careful. Despite being annoying, no one messes with her due to her history. Do you know about the Thompsons?
Kind of. She mentioned them when she texted me.
Just steer clear of her. Trust me. She'll stop bothering you when she gets tired of it. I've been through it.
All right, I'll try to avoid her drama.
Good plan. So, looking forward to Saturday. See you then.
Can't wait. Bye for now.
Hey there. I've got something to ask you. Are you awake yet? Wake up, you lazy.
Good morning, Mrs. Thompson. What do you want from me this early?
What a lazy girl. How can you get a job when you keep partying and waking up late? You'll never be successful with those bad habits.
Excuse me? Are you waking me up at 7 a.m. on a Sunday to criticize me for not getting up as early as an old person like you?
Reminding an unemployed neighbor to build good habits is a great way to reduce the crime rate in the town. I'm literally just protecting my neighborhood. No offense.
No thanks. I think I'm building good habits very well by myself. If you don't have anything more interesting to talk to me about, then bye. I'm going back to bed now.
Hold on. The young are not patient at all. Listen, I saw a kind of luxurious orange roadster that has been parking in your driveway for a few days. Is the car yours?
Yes, it's mine. They delivered it from my old home a few days ago. What about it?
You own a car? That's impossible. How could a jobless person own a car? Even my daughter, who's working really hard in New York, hasn't got a luxury car yet.
I told you that I'm not jobless. Just because I don't go to work from 9 to 5 doesn't mean that I'm not a good work. Just because I don't go to work from 9 to 5 doesn't mean that I'm not working. Even if I were jobless, as you think, how is it any of your business that I have a car?
Oh, wait a second. I knew it. You're a sugar baby. That would certainly explain things.
What? I'm not a sugar baby or a mistress. I don't even have a boyfriend. How could you say such nonsense?
Well, I saw a man come to your house a few times. That must be the person you're shaking down.
A man? Oh my god, that was my older brother.
No, he's not. He's middle-aged while you're only in your 20s.
That's because my brother is 19 years older than me.
You cannot fool me, young lady. I'm old and wise, and I can see through your excuses, for Christ's sake. They can't let a sugar baby live in this town. It soon turns into a dirty place. Oh my goodness.
Stop it. I know who I let into my house, so I can tell for sure that you're distorting the truth about me. And if you keep doing that, and may be able to file a defamation of character lawsuit. Just so you know, I'm not scared of who you are or how powerful your family is, like other neighbors.
You're such a shameless, smug woman. I cannot believe that they let you live in my town.
Just cut the crap. You're acting like your whole family owns the whole town or something. Come on, your era has passed. All you're doing is destroying the town's reputation and chasing away the people who can really help to develop the town, economically and socially.
You've only been staying here for a little while, so don't talk like you know how this town works. I'll tell everybody in this town about you really are, and what you're doing for a living.
Bad-mouthing me is worthless because all my neighbors already know about me and my job. I told them at Jenny's party. In case you forget, Jenny is the name of the single mom living next to me.
I don't know, and I don't care how you flattered my people to trust your made-up identity, but they will choose to believe in me, an erudite woman. Open your eyes and see how I rule my area.
Nah, I'm going to close my eyes because I'll be going back to bed rather than deal with your crazy assumptions about me.
Hey, Bianca. What a surprise that you're going out at 9 a.m.
Huh? What are you talking about?
Oh, I see your car in front of the coffee house across the street from my office.
What? That's impossible. I'm still in bed. Are you sure it's my car?
I'm positive. It's the orange roadster, unmistakably yours. You might want to go check on it.
I'm checking, but I can't find my car keys. Wait a second. Oh no. Jenny, my car is gone. Someone stole it.
Oh my god, Bianca. This is insane. I think I know who did it.
Who? I'm calling the police right now.
Hold on. Brace yourself. It's someone we know.
What? Who?
It's Mrs. Thompson.
Mrs. Thompson? Are you kidding me? How on earth did she even...
I have no idea, but I saw her get in your car just a little while ago. She must have taken advantage of the fact that you couldn't find your keys. You need to get here quickly before she leaves.
Oh my goodness. Send me your office address. I'm getting a cab right now. This woman has crossed every line.
I can't believe she'd go this far. Make sure to get here fast. ASAP. I'll keep an eye out for her.
Thank you, Jenny. If it weren't for you, I might not have known until it was too late. Mrs. Thompson is in for a surprise.
No problem, Bianca. I'll see you soon.
Mrs. Thompson, are you or are you not driving my car?
Your car? Oh, right. I picked up a car key in front of your house yesterday afternoon while you were putting away your groceries. Oh well, I believe the car isn't yours if you bought it with the money you had gotten from a rich man. So it's not wrong if I take a drive.
You are being ridiculous. Give me back the car in 3 minutes or I'll call the police.
3 minutes? Never. I'll use this car as much as I want. You're no one to order me around. If you call the police, I'll have them arrest you because you're shaking down an old rich man who bought you the car and has been supporting you financially. The police will trust a person who has a clear identity, not a person who's a sugar baby and has no job.
So you won't give me my car back?
That's correct. And I won't tolerate your impudent behavior any longer. I'll go around the town and spread rumors saying that the new girl's a sugar baby.
Okay, that was my last warning. I'll teach you a lesson about how you shouldn't mess around with a county sheriff's daughter.
What? What do you mean by county sheriff's daughter?
My father is the new sheriff who was assigned a few months ago. I moved to this town because I wanted to live close to my parents.
I know there's a new sheriff, but you're his daughter? Seriously?
Haven't you seen the small picture of my family I put in my car? Check it yourself. You'll figure out whether I'm making things up or not. Also, I'm a freelancer, so I could easily move anywhere I like. By the way, I'm not unemployed, as you thought. I'm working from home and making my own money. I bought the car you're driving with my own money, not someone else's.
Oh my goodness! You're the daughter of the county sheriff.
You're back in the car, huh?
Yes, I'm holding that picture now. Looks so cheap and small, so I didn't notice when I got into your car. My God, why didn't you tell me before? If I had known who you were, I wouldn't have touched your stuff. My family's never had a good relationship with the sheriff's department.
You treated me like trash first, Mrs. Thompson.
Oh, I'm so sorry, darling. I'll bring your car back right away. Please don't get your father involved.
It's too late. My father already knows about this. Oh, by the way, he said he wouldn't let you get away with that.
No, you can't do that. I'm your neighbor, remember? I live right across the street.
Yes, I remember how you pissed me off and made crazy assumptions about me. You even stole my car. And that is a crime. You'll end up in jail, Mrs. Thompson.
Are you really gonna put me in jail?
I gave you every warning, but you refused to backtrack. I have to report this crime. And if my car comes back with even a single scratch, you'll be forced to pay thousands to repair it.
I can't believe that you and your father are using your power to dominate such a weak woman like me. I've always been an exemplary citizen. I just borrowed your car for a while because I've never driven a luxury car in my life. But you want to put me in jail?
I'm not here to listen to you whining. And it's definitely not true that you just borrowed my car. You knew the car key was mine, but you still decided to take it. You're a thief, Mrs. Thompson. The sheriff will throw you in prison.
No, I won't go to prison. Cancel your order to arrest me now.
You're not the person who can order me around, Mrs. Thompson. You know what? Jenny asked me to come to you ASAP, and I think she wanted me to talk to you in person first. But I was just too lazy, so I let the police do their job. Brace yourself, Mrs. Thompson. The police already have the car's location.
What? Are they coming for real? Holy moly. I'm driving to your house and giving the car back. Please ask them to stop chasing me.
Nah, it's time for you to learn some lessons about how to behave and respect people in town. Drive safe, Mrs. Thompson. An hour later, Mrs. Thompson was arrested, as expected. We thought that she would drive the car to my house immediately, but she was driving around the town for a while before getting arrested in front of my parents' house. She planned to blame me for leaving the car at my parents' and then accuse her of stealing my car keys. Didn't she know that her stealing my car was recorded by the camera in my garage? She kept begging me and even asked Jenny for help, but I never changed my mind. I finally got her thrown in prison. Ever since, Mrs. Thompson was not messing around with anyone. We all found life much better and more peaceful. I know that there are other Karen neighbors out there, and it's sometimes extremely hard to deal with them. So I hope karma will slap them in the face before you do.